Welcome to the rundown, y'all. What's going on, man? This your boy, homie JB. This is my guy over here, El Presidente Rag, and we got our guy back in the building, man.
Man, the legendary, world famous, internationally known
Crown
Vic. Back in the building after a little hiatus.
Man. He's just been everywhere, man. He just doing some of everybody's video and just getting it going, man.
Yeah, I mean, he been shooting. Man, shout out to the homie, Eric Gray. He been shooting him. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were gonna say Barrier Boys.
No, we been shooting them too. But like, man, I ain't gonna lie, and I know y'all don't need him because y'all got Tony Pollard. Like, I hope Eric Gray get drafted by the 49ers.
TP.
Let's go Niners. Let's go.
Actually, I want to draft Bijan Robinson from Texas.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Nice.
That's what I want.
Nice.
That'd be nice. But y'all, go ahead and share to be aware, y'all. Share to be aware. We're on all podcast platforms. I got this.
You got it?
It's Apple Podcasts. It's Google Podcasts. It's Spotify.
Yes, sir.
Amazon Music. iHeartRadio.
Yes, sir.
And Stitcher.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look. I had memorized the list because I was like, I ain't going to leave you hanging no more.
I got it, though.
You know what I'm saying? I was right there with you because I was like, you know what? It's not fair to put all that on you.
You keep me on my toes, so because you know when that happened.
Because you was doing it, though.
Right,
so that's why
I
I got to looking forward to that.
Now, when I was editing it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw when I put the crickets in there.
Right, but this is the crazy thing. So, like, the first time you left out Google.
Yep.
And then when I said it, I can't remember what I left. Because I said Google, but I left out something else.
You said Play. I think you said Google Play.
So, yeah, it's not Google Play.
It's podcast.
Google Play, okay.
Yeah. So,
right.
yeah. So,
but I said the Google, and that was like, but then I forgot something else, and I was like, dang. So that's where you was like, you forgot. But just yeah, man, we gotta let the people know.
Wherever you stream, that's where we're at, y'all. Yep. So, and also appreciate all the love we've been getting, man. I want to go ahead and get into this rundown, man, because I'm kind of tired, so I gotta level up my energy a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
I tried to give you a little juice. You didn't want it.
I got a little juice in here.
Yeah, a little juice.
It's a little juice. Cup. You know what I'm saying? It's some blackberries.
Shout out to Sonic if y'all need some,
Hey.
Y'all can go and get on these good ads.
Please. We gotta get our stuff on that. So
what we got first?
Man, on this rundown, man, this is something we can probably talk about over the next couple months, few months for sure. Which we talked about with Dr. Reginald Harris that was on the rundown and on the following episode we just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Check that out if you haven't already. And go ahead and like this video right now. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So, but the whole Tyre Nichols situation.
Right. The reason we had his funeral.
Yes. And we can peel some layers off this one because clearly I think we gave a little bit of our commentary on that. I asked the question, should we even released the video,
right? But
seeing everything else and seeing all the other information that came out, I think it's necessary. And let me tell you why. I think it was necessary for the video to came out because those 5 dudes at the time for a moment got out, right? Mm-hmm. They got out, and so now that video is going to be evidence they can use in court. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In order to get these dudes where they need to be at.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if they didn't put the video out, it would just be hearsay. There were, you know what I mean? Yep. So I get it. I think so. The video to me, it needs to be out. Yep. You know what I mean? Just because of we got to get these mutts where they need to be at. Right. You know what I'm saying? Under the prison.
I mean, so it's a mixed bag. Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
For sure.
But it's kind of like one of those things where both things can be true.
Yeah, I agree.
I pulled this up where it says that research shows that black people suffer PTSD from watching videos of blacks being killed by police. It's a phenomenon called linked fate, where we see ourselves and loved ones in the place of the victim. So a lot of people, when they were watching, and of course I saw it on Facebook, I saw it on Instagram, but I saw a lot of, especially women with sons, is like, I saw my son. I saw my brother. I saw my dad. I saw my nephew. I saw my uncle. I saw my husband or my boyfriend. Like, when you're watching that, you saw it, but you were seeing somebody that you're close to or yourself. Mm-hmm. And so, to your point, yes, it is necessary. I don't think for us so much, though. Because, like, that's something, we've talked about this before. Like, you know where you stay at. But how many times when you leaving up out of here, and we've talked about this before, like when you see the police, like we're looking, you checking to make sure your seatbelt is on.
Right.
And you know, your kids be in the car, you always put your seatbelt on. But you're checking
Now,
as if
I try not to wear my hood while I'm driving.
you see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Even
Yeah,
though
something
you
like that,
might
yeah.
be, it's cold out right now. We
Right.
just had an ice storm,
Yeah.
but you're checking to make sure I ain't got my hood on or a scully or, you know. And that's our reality every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I work for the post office. You know that like I'm delivering your package and like I've had people answer the door hiding a gun behind the door. And you see that mail truck and it's like, so when I see stuff like that, I get the PTSD thing. But to your point, I think that other people need to see that because when you see that, it's like, it kind of humanizes us a little bit. And it's crazy. I don't know why we're still having to be humanized in 2023.
Yeah.
In Black History Month.
Ooh,
But it is traumatic for us when we have to relive that over and over again because it does bring up past trauma, I think. And that was my only, when I was saying about, I think I was saying for me, the only reason I felt like that it shouldn't be is because it's not just like, okay, well, you know, Hispanic people, white people, Asian people, Indian people, y'all watch this. Black people, y'all good. When they put it out, everybody's going to see it.
Everybody gonna
and
see it,
so
dog.
while everybody else is like, oh my God, that's so messed up, like we're reliving that.
Yeah.
And that was my only thing with it. So that's why I was saying like the mixed bag of both things can be true of where it does need to be out, but at the same time, it is traumatic for us.
Now the other layer on it, I know if you heard the other rumor about why they maybe even went to go get him. Now this is what
the photo that was sent to the baby mama.
Yeah. So with any, like, I don't know if I said it to you or maybe I was talking to my nephew or something like that, but the stuff that the level that this violence was on is like it had to be another agenda.
Like it was personal.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely looked like it was personal. So with anything like this, we know when a lot of things get personal with us, it's either over money, jealousy, or a woman, or a combination of all three.
Yeah.
And so it actually would make more sense if that actually happens to be true. You know what I'm saying? Just because of they lied on the body cam. You know what I'm saying? The dude was swerving, but the camera didn't show him moving, swerving, nothing. So
and with that being said, also another officer, it was a white officer.
The white officer. To tase him?
The one who I think initially pulled him over.
Okay.
His name is Preston Hemphill, but he was the white officer that they also, I don't know if he's been suspended, but he's not working right now. They
let him go. I don't think I know what I'm talking about. Was that the one that tased him though too?
Yeah, he was also the one who tased him, but he was the one I think who initially pulled him over. So that is another layer to it. And I don't know if this is something like Cram. Maybe you got some insight on it. Like we've talked about this before. This is just me. Like if I don't want a woman, as long as you're not doing something to hurt our child, I don't care what you got going. I don't understand why some of these guys, and I don't know if this is a systemic thing within, I don't even want to say our culture, but I just think, because it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, like you see it, but like, why do you care if you don't want this woman? And you know, we both know police officers, we both know people that's in law enforcement, we both know people that's they down with the get down, right? So, like, it's not like this is your wife or your ex-wife. Like, this is just somebody you had a kid with. And I don't know the depths of their relationship, but, like, if you don't want somebody, why do you care?
Man, I think it's the power. They be on a power trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you being in that realm of being a police officer, if a dude try you can talk yourself into being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? He know I'm the law. You know what I'm saying? He trying to play me like this, and then you continue to tell yourself that to pump yourself up. You know what I mean? Things can kind of go down. Crown, you got any?
I agree with you. I agree with you.
You think? Okay.
I agree with what you just said.
Okay.
I mean, but has it ever been somebody that you were with that like y'all were done? You're not dealing with them no more, but like you're like, shout out to OJ, but like you on some OJ stuff, like, and just OJ, don't come looking for me. Free OJ, I think you're innocent. But like,
don't go there.
no, that's another conversation for another day. That's another conversation for another day.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, I just personally, I don't. You know my motto: 15-1. They outnumber us on the planet 15-1. If you don't want me or I don't want you, you got 14 more applications you ain't looked at. Like, you're not that special. I'm sorry. Just like I don't think I'm that special, but like at the end of the day,
yeah.
And then like let's keep in mind, right? 15-1, but you got guys that are homosexuals that don't want women. So guess what? That's another 15. You got guys that are married or in a relationship. So guess what? You got them other 14 they ain't got that's available. Yeah. So like, why do you care? Why is it so crucial? If that's true. Yeah. Because one of the things I saw posted was that he sent a picture of him being beat down to his baby mama because apparently Tyre and his baby. And again, this is hadn't been verified yet, so we're speaking on what is allegedly being said, but.
Well, I can tell you this just because I want to say like the Bill Cosby thing. I think we talked about this before. Just like it ain't about, okay, there's 15-1, the ratio, right? Mm-hmm. That we brought that up. But it's like there's a lot more other women, but I want her.
I don't even think
it's like I want. Okay. It's a lot of other women, but I want her.
Now you even without tennis, like we've talked about this before. Like I used to come up to TSU, like I saw the talent.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yes.
Okay, and I would say, you were like a B-list celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't basketball or football, but like that next tier, like you was right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I saw the talent.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Crown can attest to this from being in the music industry, like we did. Like even freaking doing gospel.
The group
like they're throwing it.
The
like
group
Mahomes.
Is like that in gospel.
They're throwing it like Mahomes. They like Beck, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like they throwing that thing.
I've heard.
Even if you don't want it, you're getting the needy and the greedy. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever been on a ride alone, but just like firemen, police officers, EMTs, I even be in the post office uniform. And I'm talking about black, white, young, old, whatever. They be, hey, Mr. Mailman, like, would not talk to me in a regular situation, but I'm in that postal uniform.
Right.
Or I'm up on stage. Like Crown can tell you, up on stage, women who probably wouldn't say nothing to you if you was walking in the mall, but they see you up on that stage. So my thing is it that serious? Is it that crucial?
No, the mind is. We talked about porn too. On the other thing, like I said, I'm on your side on this, right? I'm on your side, and maybe with Vic too.
Sense.
But it's like when you have a fantasy in your mind of what seduction or erotica looks like in a woman, you know what I'm saying? And she fits that mold. She got the complexion, she got the eyes, she got the breast, the booty, the hips, the thighs, and stuff like that. So it's like,
and a lot of these women don't even have all that.
Correct. So
I mean, I'm just being real. God don't give you everything.
But it's like when I see that, you know what I'm saying, your mind can just be fixed on that. Even though it's probably 20 other women that got those same qualities, it's you fixated in your mind like, I just want her. And so that's how stalking and stuff happens. That's how dudes
he
just
probably was still messing with her.
I say this.
Had to.
JB, you were raised.
He had to.
You were raised by a strong man.
Correct.
You had strong brothers.
Yep.
I was raised by a strong man. My dad put me around strong men. And while Crown situation was different, but his mom kept him around strong men.
Right.
Okay, so we think differently.
Yeah.
You got sons.
Yeah.
Do not allow them to be simping out here.
I know,
Crown,
man.
if you have a son,
hey.
if you have a Prince Vic,
Oh, he trying to speak it on you, Vic. Hey, you better.
I'm not
Vic,
saying,
hey, Vic, you better. You better catch that. You better catch it.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
He trying to speak it.
Listeners to the ThePrezEx TV, the Presidential Executive Podcast. If you follow us, look, men, we got to do better. We have got to do better. If what is alleged is true, if a woman doesn't want you, let that woman go. Period. And we got daughters. We all got daughters.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody. If my daughter doesn't want you, let her go. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I do life in a box, nigga.
Yeah. It's always
and if one of my niggas shoots you for me, like I would do life for if one of my niggas takes somebody out for messing with my daughter or hurting my daughter or something like that, I will go to jail and do that for my child, and not lose no sleep over it. Mm-hmm. I'm just, if you mess with my daughter, if you violate my daughter,
I'm with you.
I will shoot you in the face, and I will be at Breath of Life on Sunday, as Vic, because he saw me at church last Sunday, and I will and take communion.
You took communion?
No, I didn't. No, we didn't do communion.
Oh,
But I'm just saying, like, we got to do better as men, and women.
Yeah,
y'all have got to allow. Y'all have got to allow, if the father wants to be involved, y'all got to let the dad be involved.
Yeah.
Y'all got to let strong men, because the way we do our women is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we it's not slavery. We can't hold these women hostage.
It's the power to pee.
I mean, come on, man.
It's the power to pee. Like,
it's an ego thing, dude.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think it's the pee. I think it's the control. I think we think that we're nicer than what we are, and once we lay claim to something, that she don't have no right to mess with nobody else, and that's mine, and she belong to me. And come on, like, if we being realistic, come on, nigga, you was 2 minutes. You was 2 pumps in the swivel. Right. Stop it.
I agree with you. Like,
your pull-out game was weak. That's the only reason why you're a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I can't relate personally. I can't say I feel the way I'm trying to put the other side of it too. But I know, just like everybody have those thoughts sometimes. I've had them before, and when I was in my single time, when where I wanted to do something out of character. Like, women will make you get out of character, bro. You know this. Vic knows this. They will make you get out of character.
Crying. Recently got married, and we talked about it. I can't say no names.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I can't say no names on the pod. Yep. But you went to school with both of them.
Yep, I know.
But
I know.
Like, and that was a legit until me. Like, she would tell people, like, "Oh, that was my really, like, we was teenagers."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really loved her, but at the same time, now I wasn't going stalking her. Like, it just didn't work. Now, granted, if she would have came back, nigga, I'd have been running. You know what I'm saying? But like, it just wasn't what it was, and I gotta respect that. Love is not selfish. Love does not say, "Oh, you can't talk." No, love says, you know what? Even if you're not happy with me, I want you to be happy. That's love. Love says you ain't gotta be with me. I love you so. I care about you so much that even if you're not with me, I'm more concerned with your happiness. Mm-hmm. And so if you're happy, even if you're not with me, as long as you good.
There you
go.
That's love, though. Huh?
See,
Vic, my ex.
Yeah.
You want to be miserable.
Vic said, forget that. Like I said, God has granted me to be on this earth for 40 years thus far. And so there are only 2 things I've seen to get dudes out of character. Money and a woman. And so when I see a dude, like, when people like, oh, I can't believe old buddy did that. I can't believe he do it. What it got something to do with? Money? Oh, I don't know. What it got something to do with? Women? It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just like, I can see dudes that can really take it to another level because they don't have that, maturity, that security about themselves, and then they probably let them homeboys amp them up. The other officer probably amped them up. Hey, dog, I know you ain't gonna let it. You know what I'm saying?
Only thing
probably
that
get you on there like that.
is some Percocet, which is why I don't take
Man
nothing
said
stronger
Percocet.
than a Aleve or a Motrin.
500 mg, 500
Man,
mg.
no, hell no, I can't. No, I don't. That's one thing.
That's too much?
I do not play with pills. That's one thing, and I didn't know that was my thing until
Yeah, I remember you saying
that was my thing.
Yeah.
And a slush from Dixie Queen. If you mess with my slush from Dixie Queen, we gonna fight.
Oh, okay.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. I turned down some ass one time for a slush. I was in line and the chick was like, "I want you to come over here right now." And I had just ordered my grape lime slush from Dixie Queen, and I was number 2 in line. I'll be on the way, but I'm finna get this slush though. Oh, you need to come on right now. I'm right. Like, where you at?
You
like,
believe him, Vic? You believe him?
No, real talk. Real talk at the one on Austin P.
Oh, okay.
Only because he probably couldn't get out there.
No. I could have got it.
Right, you number 2 in line. You gotta.
No.
You too far in at that
The one
point.
on Austin P.
You too far in.
The
And
one
you
on
number
Austin
2.
P.
Around that curve, you ain't getting
You ain't
out.
getting out.
Ain't no out.
Hey, no, it wasn't nobody behind me though. There wasn't nobody behind me.
You stuck at that point.
No, it wasn't nobody behind me. I could have got out.
Yeah,
But I'm finna get my slush though.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't, and that's you giving me the same ass I got last week. That's that Dixie Queen slush. Dixie Queen slush better than Sonic slush.
Yeah.
And if y'all ain't never been to Memphis, when y'all come to Dixie Queen at like 1 a.m. You'll thank me later.
Yeah.
And I know we kind of went on the tangent of, but let's talk about. And this came out with the chief of police.
Talk about it,
So.
please.
A lot of people didn't know, and everybody's happy. And again, I'm like, look, I'm all for our sisters being empowered and everything. But
Are you?
sometimes I am.
Okay.
But people are like, we get on these goofy ass rants, Chucks and Pearls, and yes, Queen, yes. You know what I'm saying? This goofy ass, toxic, crazy in love, Krishan Rock, Blueface type bullshit. So we happy because we got a black chief of police, but we don't look and see that she was fired when she was the chief of police in Atlanta for having the Red Dog unit, who were known for police brutality, who had killed a 90-year-old woman. I thought that she resigned. It was brought to my attention that she was let go for that.
No. You didn't bring her why she really got let go. She covered up the pedophile.
Right. The pedophile.
The pedophile.
Police officer, it was a police officer who was a pedophile.
Yeah. She tried to cover. It was
right. So it was a combination of that.
Right. It was a combo. It was a
combination.
But that was the last straw. The pedophile.
Covering up the pedophile and that. So we get a black, and it's like, yes, queen, black woman, yes. We clapping, doing this goofy ass love and hip hop, Real Housewives BS that we do, because we're happy that it's a black woman and we don't do our research or homework. And so then this Scorpion unit.
No, hold on. Before you go that, now went to Atlanta, right, and she got fired from there. But then she went to Durham. She went to Durham, North Carolina.
Okay, I thought she came. Okay, so you got some information I didn't have.
She went to Durham and got let go. It wasn't something like that, but it was on some shady still stuff. She just didn't resign and go to here. You know, she did resign.
Atlanta, she got let go, but she kind of resigned from Durham.
Yeah. She went to Durham and did something similar. Wasn't as bad as what was in Atlanta, but it was still a lot of questionable stuff that's going on. And actually, the chief, the associate chief that's right next to her, that dude was let go from Atlanta, the same thing that she was on, and he, you know, it was something similar. Maybe it was no. The dude's son killed somebody in the drunk driver or something. They covered that up or whatever. And
so
yeah,
look me in my eyeball. Why the fuck are we getting people who are not from the M?
I blame that on Strickland though.
To represent
That's on Strickland.
the M. Y'all are not from here. Y'all don't know here. Y'all don't have an attachment here. You do not have fingers on the pulse of the heartbeat of the people here.
Nobody here is
so.
And that's crazy,
That's not
bruh.
necessarily true though.
Bruh,
It's not necessarily true though.
What you mean? Like,
No.
it's about true.
No, so check this out. And we talked about this, I believe it was last season, but I was on a panel.
In the higher ups, at
It's
least.
been
we
some
talking about.
streets in Memphis that was changed. They changed the names of a couple of streets here. I was on one of the councils that did that. Keep in mind, I'm at work at the post office doing Zoom meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Councilwoman Rhonda Logan, who got me on it.
Salute.
But I was on the panel of the people, and we were discussing which streets to name. Like talked about Jackson was one of the streets, and certain people own slaves and everything like that. But one of the things that was asked of me is like, why do we have such a antagonistic relationship with the police? And I was like, well, number one, a lot of the MPD does not live within the city limits. So you got people who stay in Arlington, Lakeland, Germantown, Rosemark, Mumford, but they're MPD officers. So you stay in Mumford, but you're working on 3rd and, or South Parkway, in 3rd.
Right. Well, you think that's a problem?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you don't have any, you're not connected. You go, like, keep in mind now, I've had to drive from work out to Mumford, going to pick Charity up. Nigga, by the time I get to Lamar, it's been almost an hour from Mumford. You don't have any connect. Like, those people are not going to see you at the grocery store. They're not going to see you at the mall. They're not going to see you jogging. They're not going to see you at the gym. Like, anywhere you are, unless y'all go to a Grizzly game or something, you're not going to see that officer that's patrolling or driving around. So you got people that do not have any connections to the community. And like we saw this on old school TV shows, and I don't know if certain neighborhoods, police officer walking the beat, everybody in the neighborhood knew the officer walking the beat because that officer, even if he wasn't on that street, he was around or she was around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm disconnected to it, I can do all types of police brutality. I can do all types of crazy shit because guess what? When I leave, I'm going 45 minutes away. You'll never see me. When I go shopping, when I go to the grocery store, when I'm with my kids, where they go to school at, it's no repercussions for my bullshit because everything that I love is disconnected from this community. And I was saying that when you're connected to the community, now I wouldn't say so much snitching because snitching implies that it's somebody that's in the game, but a regular citizen is more likely to talk to Officer Brown because Officer Brown stays 2 blocks over. So I'm not in the game. It's like, hey, Officer Brown, they over there doing.
Right.
But now if you know what I'm saying, if you stay an hour away, I'm not telling you nothing.
Now, I kind of disagree with that. I would say just because, like, if, let's say, you grew up in South Memphis, right? But now you're at a point in life now, okay, you want to stay in Bartlett or do something else. But if you've been ingrained out there, the people still kind of know you. Oh, that's Raglan's boy or something like that. Right. You don't necessarily stay in the neighborhood, but your lineage is like,
but see
okay.
What I'm saying, when they see my
that's
name,
him.
though, and I still had an address, you can check 1101 Saxon Avenue. You know what I'm saying? 38106. Like, that's verified.
Right.
Like Vic, he was over there. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't no BS. So like when people would see me on Bellevue, Macklemore, South Parkway, Trigg, Lauderdale, Preston, Gaither, over there by Pine Hill, that was where I was at.
Yeah,
so
I just don't think you gotta live
there.
there.
So even though I may not stay out there, it's like okay, we know you.
Right, you know you.
You know what I'm saying?
But you don't got to necessarily live out there.
Not necessarily, right.
But
I'm
connected. Right, you connected, though.
Difference when, and so even in Raleigh, like, that's where I went to middle school and high school at. You know what I'm saying? 3781 Walsingham Drive. I graduated Raleigh High School. So when I'm in Raleigh, even if you don't know me, your dad or your
somebody
uncle
else,
or your cousin know me because they went to high school with me.
Right.
So I'm connected.
Right.
When I worked out in Orange Mound, in Red Zone, like it's people. Oh, that's Mr. Roche. That's Mr. Red. Like,
right.
So I'm connected.
It's connection,
neighborhoods,
not connection, not necessarily
you
like
don't have any connection.
Right. Yeah, that's different.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, who was it just recently retired? Jarvis Greer, right? Recently retired. Shout out to Jarvis Greer,
quote unquote.
WMC Channel 5.
He got a new job with Grind City Media, but
Right.
But
when
yeah.
he retired though,
Yeah.
Jarvis still in the M.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He ain't gone, oh, I'm finna go back to Boston. I'm finna go back to Baltimore. No. Jarvis still in the M.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not on the news no more, I'm still connected. But a lot of these officers and stuff is like you're pulling people. And to Vic's point, maybe it is corruption.
It's
maybe
corruption,
they need to
dog.
vet their people better.
It's corruption.
But we're seeing that the corruption, it ain't so much. It don't matter whether you from here or somewhere else. Like corruption is corruption.
But also, Chief C.J. Davis, like she lowered the standards of what it's supposed to people that's supposed to be on the Scorpion unit, and so the 3 of the 5 officers were part of that new standard that they wouldn't have got on the unit at all if the standard was still at that quote unquote level before she lowered it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Bring
like
back Mayor Harrington.
Willie. Or what about Judge Joe Brown? What you think about him? You know?
Hey, I like Judge. Just keep
Hey.
AC Warden the hell up out of there.
Judge Joe Brown. Hey, I ain't mad at him.
Unless AC Warden wants
I ain't mad at him, man.
AC Warden.
He came over to breath
I'm
one
not
time, had
going
a thing before. You remember that, Vic?
Hey,
Boy, he got live up in there.
AC Warden come on here, he's gonna get it.
Man.
I'm just saying, like I don't
Right.
sugarcoat it.
For sure. I'm with you.
But man, like it's so many layers to it. Like
It's just a lot of layers to it. It's a lot of layers
just,
to it.
man, rest in peace to Tyre Nichols, man. With prayers up for the family. You know, our heart goes out to anybody who has to deal with such tragedies as that. We don't co-sign that. It's a blight on our city. I will say though that a lot of people was expected from Memphis to burn, and they protested and nothing burned.
Right.
The news media was waiting.
Yeah.
So man, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the city on that.
And a big middle finger to all the people who think that like, oh, Memphis is gone.
First 48.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not, and also a big middle finger to people who think that like, oh, well, if black people do it, y'all ain't gonna say no. We march regardless.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that was wrong. And I'm proud of my city, and I'm proud of my brothers and sisters who stood up and who did it peacefully and who exemplified honor and dignity even in the midst of the tragedy.
Right. It was tough, man. You got the next one, man. I think you had some on tap you want to rhyme with real quick. Was it about was it Family Guy?
Oh yeah. So Family Guy got backlash for they made a joke where I don't know what the setup of the scene was, but Peter and Lois were sitting by the pool, and Chris and Meg, they were talking about like going to like Coachella or some type of music festival. And so Peter was like, oh, well, who they're going to have? And so Chris was naming some people, and he's like, oh, we're going to have a hologram of Tupac and also Nipsey Hussle, of whom I've never heard of, but I'm supposed to care about for some reason. And so, first of all, I think that people don't understand comedy at all. First of all, in comedy, shout out, I follow this guy on Instagram, Amani Trey Niner, where he says, anybody can get it. Like with comedy, anybody can get it. But the point that they was making, and I think we were talking about this off camera, like, let's just keep it a book. It's 3 of us in here. And I'm not trying to put nobody on the spot. And I like Nip. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can't name 10 Nip songs right now.
10, shoot, 3.
Crown? So what really messed me up, and again, I like this how I knew it was real. Like my dad called me, right? when it happened to Nip, and rest in peace to Nip. But when it happened, like my dad called me and was like, you heard about Nipsey Russell? I'm like,
Russell.
huh? Like the comedian, the act, like, nah, the rapper. I'm like, Nipsey Hussle? Like, but he called me, right? And so I'm like, oh dang, even if pop, because pops don't be following pop culture like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like he called me like when shout out and rest in peace to Lola Gangsta Boo Mitchell, but like when Boo had passed, he called me. He was like, did you know the young lady who was a rapper here? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, you know, she passed. Like, yeah, Dad, I know. But that kind of made it real because Pops he kind of behind
Be
the
on
eight
it.
ball on that.
Yeah.
But like, let's keep it a buck. When it happened, people in Memphis was acting like they really could quote a Nip verse like they could Project Pat, or Dolph, or Gotti, or Fly, or Finesse, Moneybag, Black Youngster. Like, we can go down the line. Ball and G. Like, let's go back. Like Skinny Pimp, Gangsta Black. Like, people act like they really mess with Nip like that. And like, let's not get it twisted. That's messed up. What happened to Nip? That was a tragedy. Nip was a pioneer. He was an entrepreneur. He was about black people. He was about us, our community. Yeah. But like, we're acting like, let's be for real. If Nip was still living now, would people be like here? I'm not talking about in Crenshaw. I'm not talking about in Slauson. Here in the M, would people be rocking marathon shirts? Would people be caring about Lauren London? Like, most people's identification with Lauren London is still ATL, and she done been in 3 or 4. Like,
they'll probably still care about her though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but only because she fine.
Yeah. Light skin. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but not like, let's keep it a buck. But when it happened, people act like, "Oh my God, it's so sad." Like, and it is, but like, let's keep it a buck. Y'all wasn't listening to Nip like that.
Yeah.
And we said this off camera. Shout out to my guy Ricky Braden and Quinn Askew. They put me on the Nip.
Yeah.
And that was years ago. Right? But like, people are acting like, and so they're mad about the joke. And if you watch Family Guy, like The Simpsons, like South Park, they don't discriminate against anybody. Mm-hmm. Black, white, Mormon, Jewish, and Seth MacFarlane is Jewish, and he be rocking Jewish people. But anybody can get it on Family Guy. Mm-hmm. So like, we laugh, and Charlamagne the God said this on the Breakfast Club. He was like, we laugh at everybody else, but then when it's you, it's like, oh, it's an outrage. Mm-hmm. And I just think that's fake outrage. Like, what do y'all feel about that?
I mean, you know what I think about it. I think the whole, I think people take comedy a little too far. I mean, not take comedy, take the jokes a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? So
especially now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like that.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just part of the culture now. It's like the only person that can really get away with it is Chappelle these days. Like, because he's like his own brand, and so he can say things that Cat Williams will get slaughtered for, and he can't do any more tours anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so, other than Chappelle, like maybe Chris Rock can get away with it to a degree. You know what I mean? But other than them two giants, like Kevin Hart, he stays totally away from all that stuff.
I mean, ever since they made him kiss everybody's ass. Like,
he just don't even sniff it at all. But I think it's unfortunate just because. But we talked about that could be kind of the next thing. We didn't say nothing about this, but the you people. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I thought that you people was. I thought it was hilarious, but I also thought it was offensive. I thought it was.
I wasn't offended at all by it.
No, not for me. Maybe I'm different.
Especially when that scene where they was at the table, and so they was like, maybe he worked hard for his job. He's like, so what did he do for a living? It's like he was a podiatrist. What did his daddy
do for a living?
He's like, he was a podiatrist.
What did his dad do?
He was a podiatrist.
Right.
What did his daddy do? And so that's like, we did. It's like my ancestors was picking cotton. Your ancestors was picking feet.
Now, the only reason I say offensive just because maybe I'm different. Like usually when I hear stuff, I get offended for other people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just in my mind, because I'm just like, I know I read the room. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a room with a Jewish person, a white person, or something like that in the conversation, I may say something, or you may say something. It's like, dang, they, you know what I'm saying? I think to myself, that's offensive to them probably like that, and let's keep on moving. But to finish my thought, I thought it was a pretty good movie, man. Like I thought the only thing was kind of awkward was Jonah Hill and Laura London. Like you can tell they didn't really want to get physical. You know what I'm saying? In them kind of scenes, the hugging.
To be honest, I don't think she's really. I think she's still dealing with. Because they were gonna get married. I feel like that she felt like Nipsey was her soulmate, and that was very traumatic. It wasn't like he was sick or he was ill.
So you think that had something to do with her not being as affectionate on there?
She really hadn't been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
because a lot of times she's like a love interest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's one thing when, okay, I'm just acting and I get to go back to my boo or my fiance or whatever. It's another thing when, like, now every time I'm doing this, I'm thinking about my loved one, my significant other that's not here anymore. And it was traumatic. It wasn't, and it wasn't like he had it coming. It wasn't like he was doing anything wrong. You know, it wasn't like even in the wrong place, wrong time type situation. Like, he was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing. And so,
So you thought if it was anybody other than Jonah Hill, it would probably been the same way?
I don't think it don't matter who it was. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like for her, it could have been Green Eyes and Ham. Oh, shout out to Michael Ealy. It could have been. It could have been.
No.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I think that it really didn't matter. It could have been Matthew McConaughey or Matt Damon or Batfleck or.
I don't agree with that. But
no, I mean,
it could be.
Saying,
It could. I don't know.
I just feel like, because to me,
I think she admitted that it was awkward. Like, I just saw a statement that she came out with, and she was like, she know it was a little bit awkward, I guess, between her and Jonah Hill romantically on film. But I think that,
I mean, but I think that's because of more so because if you notice, did you catch how they gave Nipsey the they kind of gave him the shout out in the movie?
Yeah, they went to the marathon store
right,
too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That was, so again, to put that in there,
right,
shows that you're still, and keep in mind this was 3 years ago.
She said it was awkward.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
But what I'm saying is to do.
You seen
it?
It?
No, 4 years ago.
She got on camera.
Longer than that.
No, he passed in 2019.
18. Let me see.
She got
no, it was 19.
And told some outlet or something.
It was an outlet. I didn't see the video, but she said it was a little bit awkward when they was on.
And then, to your
film.
point, yeah, now that I think about it,
It's
if
the
it was
whole
the end of 18,
point
but
of the
beginning
movie.
Of 19.
Yeah.
What?
We talking about with her and
Jonah.
It is now. To me, I look at real into. Yeah, it was 2019. You're right.
No, well, I mean,
4
to your
years.
point, I know it was either at the end of 2018 or the beginning of 2019. But so in 2023, it's almost 4 years ago.
Yeah,
but to still put that in there, that means that you're still
right
dealing with that, right? Like, have y'all seen that movie, The Harder They Fall?
Yeah.
The Westerns, like, if you remember, they had the shout out to Chadwick Boseman on the train at the very beginning of the movie, the C.A. Boseman train, right? But like, he had just passed, and they did that. Like, this, we talking about almost 4 years, and you still make a point to go to the marathon store and buy the marathon.
That's our first role, right? Since
I want to say, yeah, because even after she hadn't been on, what is it, The Game?
The Game, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like, she was on that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But, like, she ain't really been in no movies. Mm-hmm. And part of that is because I think that I just don't get offended for other people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
we're different than that. Like,
I mean, and that's just me. Like, y'all know I've been through a divorce. Both of y'all are married. Like, somebody make a divorce joke, y'all ain't got to feel bad for me. Y'all know me. Like, at this point in my life, I don't give a fuck. Like, it is what it is. It happened. Like, whatever. Like, if it's funny, it's funny.
Right.
I don't think any of us got ugly children, but like, if somebody make an ugly kid joke, like, I'm not gonna offend it. Like, if we know Billy over here, son, ain't too handsome, like,
oh no.
I mean, if Billy ain't offended, hey.
You talk about somebody kid, that's different, boy.
I mean, I don't.
Everybody think their kid look good.
I mean, like, it's so, like, this just depends on what you say.
Yeah.
Like, my daughter's not very athletic, and so if somebody makes a joke about unathletic children, like, I'm gonna laugh because I've seen my daughter do a cartwheel. Like, it's not, you know. I'm just saying, and that's she knows she can get whatever she wants from me, and I'm not expecting nothing from her. But like, you know, you're not an athlete. Quit tripping, girl. Stop it.
So what you think about the movie though?
I liked it. I liked it though. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I just thought it was all those things. Like,
I think that this was the best. Like, people was kind of ragging on Eddie. How you not gonna let Eddie be Eddie? I think that Eddie was Eddie.
Yeah,
like if you cool watch like something like, and I've been watching Eddie. Like, I used to watch some reruns of Saturday Night Live. Like, the way he was dogging Jonah Hill and everything like that. The way he was extra black.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like,
I liked his tone. Like, I like his tone. Like he
especially
wasn't.
when they was at the table. Like I said, that scene where they was going back and forth.
No, I like this scene when I was in the car when niggas in Paris came home.
Oh, right.
And that
Right.
was-
So what is the name?
This
of
is
the
my
song? What is the
jam,
title?
man. This is my jam.
What did you say the name of that song was? I like the dynamic between him and Mike Epps.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because they really felt like they were brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it felt like
Yeah.
big brother, little brother.
I thought the Jonah's mom in that movie. Can't
She
think
was
of her name.
She's
always dope,
Julia
dude.
Louis-Dreyfus was hilarious, and David
Yes.
Duchovny from the X-Files and Californication. When that man started playing John Legend on the piano,
Ordinary People.
man, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
David Duchovny.
That it was
If
dope,
you
man.
only seen him from the X-Files, you're robbing yourself. Like
Yeah.
you got to watch this show. It's a show. Put y'all on one. It's an old one, but Californication. Like check him out because he actually his comedy. So it was back to form with him, but I love that movie. It was great.
It was worth the watch, man.
Right.
I would say that. Now,
I got one for you though. What about your quarterback that was signed by Florida that got released?
we talked about him on the rundown. This is maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah.
When he was supposed to.
And I didn't know that was the same guy.
Yeah, I didn't say his. I didn't know his name at the time, but I was like the white guy,
Marcus
Stokes. Okay, so he's
How about shout out for white guy's named Marcus.
dude.
I don't know no white guy's named Marcus.
I don't know. Like I said, when
Everybody named Marcus I know is black.
he looks black to me. I mean, obviously he's not a, he's a white guy, but just his whole swag.
He is definitely pretty fly.
You know what I mean? But he was supposed to go to Florida. And so when I first heard it, when I first said in the rundown, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. He messed up. Then I looked at his highlights. I was like, somebody gonna get a gem on this. And so I heard the same thing you did. He was supposed to sign with HBCU. They didn't say the HBCU name, did they?
Hold on, I got it.
But
locked it in.
He was supposed to go to HBCU, but
He was supposed to go to Albany State. Albany.
Okay, that's in Mississippi, I think. I think that's Mississippi, but yeah. So when I heard that he was supposed to go to HBCU, then they rescinded his invitation to scholarship just because of the PR stuff,
backlash.
right? Yeah,
Crap.
because of all the publicity
So
behind
y'all
them.
don't lose
Yeah, I should have kept him, bro. Like,
because he was quoting a rap song.
Quoting a rap song. So come back to Florida. I don't know, but they ain't gonna get him. But you know what I mean? Like, dude, he come to Memphis. You know what I mean?
Okay, so first of all, I've never to a face to face called a woman a bitch, right?
You haven't?
But no,
You want to look in the camera and say that?
I've never called a woman a bitch or a hoe. I've never looked them in the face. I've never said it around them. But now, if I'm in the spot, house party, club or something, and Too Short, blow the whistle, come on, and I'm and somebody catch me on camera, what's my favorite word? Bitch! Short dog stay on the porch. Like, I'm gonna say it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. That's the song.
Are you putting yourself on camera? Though?
Yes. I'm on camera right now. If y'all want to cancel me, I ain't got no money. Y'all ain't got nothing to take from me.
No, I said this off
Right?
camera.
I'm just saying.
But this dude is trying to go to these big
Juvenile
name
on
schools though.
The greatest album
So it's different,
produced by
right?
Cash Money, 400 Degrees. The great Juvenile, Terrius Gray. He had a song. That's his real name.
Wow.
He had a song where he said, "Let's say that I'm in a room with a bitch or a hoe that won't fuck. Like a man, I'm gonna beat my meat, get my fucking nut for sure.
For sure.
She gonna be drove in, and I'm gonna cut the TV off and go to sleep on that hoe. Now we would rap that, right?
Yep.
We rap like how many times you been in the spot, and even women when Gorilla Pimp come on, Project Pat,
But
even women.
What color are you? It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like we know Todd. I talked to Todd today.
If you're thinking I'm straight, then you better think twice.
I talked to Todd today. I talked to Todd today. Like let's just say, keep it a buck. I know Todd watches.
He does, and I'm not saying like I don't. Think
He does what? What you talking about?
He watches.
Oh.
I'm saying I don't think in the last 30 years, right? I'm gonna give Tyre the benefit of the doubt. I don't think in the last 30 years he just has said it, and he said that he grew up in the house with it. So I'm pretty sure he said it prior to knowing. But at the same time, if Tyre listening to a rap song by himself in the car,
By himself, that's key.
I don't know that he edits it out by himself with his kids.
Do you, Ty?
Definitely with his wife. Probably.
No, we don't.
But by himself,
No,
and I'm not
no.
gonna get him on camera. I don't want to put my boy on the spot.
No.
I smoke with Ty. You know what I'm saying? Like Ty, my guy.
He gonna be on something. He want to talk about LeBron too. Actually,
He said what?
he want to talk about LeBron.
Oh, you're right. And we got to finish up. You know what I'm saying? Our lady stuff too.
Yeah, right.
We got some other questions we didn't go over.
Yeah.
But like, I don't. If Ty is by himself in the car, and if somebody was recording, I'm not finna indict Ty because he's rapping.
Somebody,
Face and Jada Kiss,
somebody recording or he
3-6.
recording?
No, even if Ty got better sense than that, we from a different generation. And we're a little bit older than Crown. Like, Crown wouldn't even do no bullshit like that. Now, granted, Marcus Stokes, he made a reel of himself and he was rapping a song. You know, just like, yeah, nigga, like, it wasn't like he was like, nigger.
Right.
He was rapping the song. And to quote Gary on one of his stand-up specials where he said, if y'all think that white people will be by ourselves, we don't say it. He was like, yeah, we say it.
I think he should be forgiven, but I'm just like, in the culture and the stuff that we living in now, he should not did that. But dude, give this dude a scholarship, man. Dude gonna ball out somewhere.
Yeah.
And we gonna come back on here and be like, oh man, where this dude coming from? This dude killing.
I just don't think, like, I mean, it's much ado about nothing to me. I mean, like, again, to your point, I get it. And like we said this off camera.
Par for the
I
course.
don't, right. It's par for the course. I don't think that he should have made a reel. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Okay?
Yeah.
I think that was bad timing. I think that it was insensitive. I think that it wasn't considerate. But does that make him a racist, though? Does it make him prejudiced? Does it make him ignorant? Probably. You know, does it make him callous?
Now let me tell you what would have been different. Let's say he went to Florida, right? Mm-hmm. Balled out his first couple of years. Now his sophomore year, he did the same thing. He would have been way forgiven because they done saw what this dude can bring to the table. And so, but he's still in high school. Like, let's just say your nephew, E.G. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he did something, he got a name now. He about to go to the draft. You know what I'm saying? But if he did that before he even went to college, right. You know what I'm saying? It just would have been like, you ain't really earned none yet for us to give you any favoritism. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Marcus Stokes, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to TSU. You know what I'm saying? Go holler at Eddie George. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, that we need some help. You know what I mean? So, I'll come to Memphis. You know what I mean? Like, you going to ball out somewhere. I just want you to be on my side of the story.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I just don't. I mean, like,
it's crucial.
I mean, I just, like I said, I think it's what you do about nothing.
Now,
I mean, because Vic, you went to Bolton, right? Like, did you hear? And you probably heard white people say nigger with the hard ER and not rapping a song. You know what I'm saying? And but at the same time,
I'm like, did you?
But you probably knew the difference though if somebody was rapping a song as opposed to cause like I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I see what you're saying. Folks had a little bit more sense then.
Yeah, but I grew up with some white guys that like people would consider poor white trash, right? And would be talking about other, like, we'd be at the job and they'd be talking about other white people, be like, man, this is bullshit, man. That nigga Paul, man, won't let me get no hours. He's talking about another white dude.
Yeah.
And so in the like initially it's like, what the fuck? Like, oh wait, he's talking about that is Paul. Like, okay, like Paul is clearly a white guy. Like, okay, I don't even know whether to get mad or shake his hand. Like, I get that. And then like in certain times, like if you see people and he'd be like, oh my bad, man, I was talking about Paul's ass. You're like, okay, he's clearly not talking about nobody black now. And it's like, but he had enough self-awareness to be like, I didn't mean that in a disrespectful way, but because I'm in the same neighborhood y'all in. I play the same park. Yeah, we talk the same way. This is not on no I'm superior to you type. I'm talking about like we get pulled over by police or something like that, and even a white police officer pull us over and he'd be like, man, y'all niggas with the shit, man. Be talking to the white police officer like that. Again, maybe ignorant, tone deaf maybe, but it's not the same as, you get what I'm saying?
Right. I get you.
And so like when you're rapping, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that it's cool and it should be co-signed, but it's a conversation maybe, but I think sometimes we just want to be so sensitive and we want to cancel people about stuff. I don't know.
I don't get it. Now, this next one here, I brought this up, man. Steph and Ayesha Curry. Now, I'm a
Let me
fan.
set my glass down before I faint.
I'm a fan. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of not only Steph Curry, which is bordering on the top 10 all time in my estimation. You know what I'm saying? As far as, he's bordering. He's bordering now. Let's not get that twisted. Now, I'm bringing this up.
That's a whole nother conversation.
It is.
Conversation for another
But
day, who you taking out, nigga?
Steph and Ayesha Curry, this the hypocrisy. Y'all listen to me on this. If you knew Steph and Ayesha Curry, you know, they were hot and heavy on the Biden trail.
Yep.
On the Biden campaign. On the bang bang as well. But that's another thing. I don't
You
really
talking about the lizard?
With Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lizard.
The lizard.
Yeah, no, Moneybag.
Yeah. I mean, but like from Spider-Man, the lizard, Kirk Connors.
He do look like another.
No, I mean, but like,
You
did
do
you
look
see
like
the earlobe video?
Who? Oh, talking about
Yeah, like where they got the video where it's like
okay.
his ears are completely different.
Right,
in
right,
like
right.
3 different. It's like, so like one video, his ears are down and the other one they out, and it's like, you know, your ears don't change. Like when you get to a certain point, like your kids, when they get to a certain point as a child, their ears are gonna stay the same for the rest of their life. So like, it ain't like your ears can't be down one time and then be out. And it's like different videos where like he got different ears in the videos.
Nah, see, I ain't.
I need to send you the clip.
Yeah, I ain't know nothing about that. But
Shout out to my guy Mystery 84 because he posted like a lot of.
But Steph and Ayesha Curry were on the front lines of the Biden campaign, the stance on immigration, the whole thing that was going on here, where everybody was against Trump about building walls because then you're excluding people. Why would you want to protect America? Just let it open and be free for everyone because, you know what I'm saying? Why, then they put out the most extreme story of a kid being left on the border and then coming back in and stuff like that. Not talking about the Mexican cartel that's trying to get into the U.S., which we've talked about on the rundown before, that was making, $14 million a week or a day or something like that. But, okay, neither here nor there. But now, Steph and Ayesha Curry, they stay in one of the richest neighborhoods in the world. I think it's somewhere near San Francisco, the Bay. I think it's called Anthrone, California. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. But it's top 5 richest areas,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, in the world. And so, but California put a bill or something out there to where now they're trying to pass something that will allow lower income housing to be in that area where Steph Curry's mansion and stuff is at. And so now Steph Curry is petitioned to shut down the building of lower income housing near his home. Okay. And so for me, I would do the same thing. If I'm, in that area, I done spent X, Y, $30 million on the house. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want
the people out.
I would no. I just wouldn't want lower income housing around my area because you're bringing down property value X, Y, and Z.
Crown Vic, you blocking the people out.
30 minutes.
Say something, Vic. Stop shaking your head. They can't see that.
30
You ain't got no camera on you.
$30 million. Now, okay. Now, given that, I have no problem with that. But the hypocrisy comes, Rag here and Crown Vic here, is when now you've already criticized so many people for building walls and, not letting people, you know what I'm saying, in your certain space. But now, not only they're trying to shut that down, but they said if you, for whatever reason that you do allow this lower income housing to come near our home, what we want to do is build up fencing and walls up, and so we can continue to have our privacy since they are such high status, people. They want to, keep their kids in, good graces and not being all in the public eye and everything. And so once again, I thought this was interesting just because of the hypocrisy. Now, I come on here, I more so lean the other way, but if you really want to say what I am, I'm an independent. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to rock with either one. You know what I'm saying? But if you push me in the corner, I'll tell you. But
he almost a libertarian.
that's, not totally wrong. But, it's somewhere in the middle there. But
Y'all need to look that up, by the way.
you're right. But just, the hypocrisy of, you wanting something on one end and you're, we're against building walls, but you want to build a own wall in your home to stay away. But maybe I brought this up. I think you might even like this. Maybe Steph Curry is, help shielding his wife because she wanted so much attention. So maybe Riri and them and Marquand and stuff that may be going into the lower income housing, you know what I'm saying? He may be afraid of, them long road trips, she may be wanting to get attention from them.
So
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say this. So hopefully Ayesha Curry is not wanting the attention still.
I hope not. I hope not.
I don't know what to tell her. She's not Megan Good. She's not Kelly Rowland. She's not Regina Hall. She's not Monica Calhoun.
You saying she's not cute?
I'm saying she's not Megan Good. I'm saying she's not Kelly Rowland.
Okay.
I'm saying she's not Monica Calhoun. She does not sit on the throne. She's not Regina King. She doesn't sit on the throne where she can't do no wrong. If Steph Curry like it, I love it. That's fine. That's what you want. That's good for you. It's not good for me. I'm straight on that. It's nothing out in these streets out here, Ayesha Curry. Like, we will use you, abuse you, misuse you, and you will go back to your husband, and we will, holler at you later.
But that's what you wanted.
Yeah, no, that's not what you want.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, I will say, I'm all about some walls. I think that y'all are too. That's why we got kids. I'm all about them walls.
From the windows to the wall.
To the window. That's number two. Number three, I feel like, to your point, the hypocrisy.
Y'all tell me if I'm wrong.
That's why I've said that capitalism versus socialism don't buy, because at the top is the same people behind it. Shout out to my guy Corey Red. Because again, to your point, you're over here like, oh, we're on a Biden train, we're on a Biden train, hidden documents in my whatever. But that's a whole nother topic we're not even going to discuss. Yeah. But we're against Trump in these walls, but we're going to build up walls for our community and everything like that.
Just sad, man.
Personally, like, I'm not going to lie. I love niggas, but at the end of the day, I know I was like, Uncle Elroy, I know I said I was never going to leave the hood, but what I do, I got my money, I was gone.
Bruh.
But that's only because that was just where it was available. Right. I don't mind staying, in the hood. But where I work at is extremely far if I was to stay in the hood. But I don't have an issue staying around my people.
Just the grade of people.
I do think that it is kind of hypocritical, though. If you don't want to stay over there, just move. But I don't know. Like, if it's, I don't want to say it's a mixed bag, because on the one hand, like, you need people to elevate their thinking. Mm-hmm. They can't elevate their thinking if they're stuck in their same surroundings. But how do we do that? You know what I'm saying? We make like maybe 3 or 4 houses for low income people. But
you
see what I'm saying?
Right.
How do we do that?
Now,
like that's the crazy part. But then at the same time, you got people who are legit hardworking. I want to do better for me and my family. I'm not trying to rob you or molest your kids or rape your wife or anything like that. But like, I don't want to be here where I'm getting shot at and ducking gunshots and I gotta have somebody escort me to my car every night, or to work in the morning. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
it really depends on the definition. Because I just thought about this, like we're talking about lower income housing, but you're in a $20-30 million neighborhood. So lower income housing could be like $400,000-$500,000 houses. You know what I'm saying? Which are
no, because if I was staying in there, I'm not trying. I'm just happy to be in the vicinity.
Right.
If I was staying, but to your point, I would be considered.
Yeah.
I guess to that point.
Yeah.
You know, like in a regular sense, you're doing great, but in comparison to them, like y'all would be considered.
That would be lower. We would be in lower income housing over there.
You're a freaking tax-paying government employee, who is an active father, parent, community person, like active in the church, like the whole 9 yards. But you would be considered lower income, even though you would not be considered a threat.
And that's another point in that, because lower income, I don't think they'll put like gentrification houses out there by Steph now. This is just me thinking. I don't know how they live out there in California like that, but I'm assuming when they say lower income housing, that can be, like I said, you talking about $20-30 million houses. It can be.
I don't think they're talking about people from the projects.
Right. Me either. So this what makes it even more interesting. So we're not talking about the gutter. We're talking about maybe people that are of our like minds, of our, you know what I'm saying, of our creed, which, like I said, we ain't trying to harm nobody. We ain't trying to mess nothing up. We just don't make as much money as you. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was interesting, man. I thought it was interesting. You're right. Right. Yet. Now, this is kind of attached to that to a degree, which I want to get, Duke's women's coach, Kara Lawson. This happened maybe a day or two ago now. They played Florida State University in a women's basketball game, I think, at Florida State. And, Kara Lawson wants to rescind that game because they played with a men's basketball for the first half, and the team went 10 for 30. And, of course, they happened to lose the game, because if they won the game, I don't think she would have felt so strongly about that. Now, what makes this interesting, I think, okay, it's a travesty or whatever, but the whole thing we've had on season 2, maybe in season 1, we've talked about, in women's basketball especially, they want to be equal, okay? And so what's wrong if you did use a men's ball? You know what I mean? Just my thought, Florida State probably used the same men's ball that they used. You know what I mean? So if it didn't affect them to a degree, it's like it wasn't just like it was an inflated ball.
Fair and equal.
Yeah. So I just.
Brian, what you think about that?
About the coach using no ball?
No, I'm just saying, she wants the game taken back because they were playing with the men's basketball in the first half. So, how do you feel, in regards to that? Why is that funny?
Because I don't.
He's like,
look, all right.
Yes.
Women basketball players, y'all can feel however y'all want to. It's wet. It's wet. At the end of the day, women don't even watch it.
Malik is gonna be mad at you.
Malik can be mad at me.
He loves
until women start watching it. I believe if women start going to the game, guys will go. You put women anywhere, guys will follow.
This is true.
I'm telling you, all they gotta do is go. Women don't even go. How you mad at somebody, y'all?
Now
I'm going there all day.
Now, you was at church
and
Sunday.
then it be slow on the team.
You was at church Sunday.
Like in NBA, everybody on the team who. It's not their way.
You was at church Sunday.
I'm telling you,
Pastor Johnson gonna be mad at you.
Asked me, and
that's real. Now before I think they
shout out to my guy MKJ.
They put out there they was trying to. They said let's pull the goals down to 8 feet. You know what I mean? And a lot of women were like, no, we want to be. We don't want to be a gimmick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep it 10 like the men, and so they can kind of But saying if you move it down to 8, that means dunking will be more relevant.
They said that.
Yeah. So now somebody presented that to a lot of women basketball players. Like, let's move the goal down 8.5, 9 feet.
No.
You know what I mean? So dunking can be more part of the game, so it can be more exciting. It can be more, highlight worthy and stuff like that. But they wanted to keep it to the 10 to be like, hey, I don't want to be any distinction between us and kind of the men because we play the same game.
It should be more entertaining. Fight. Get into it. You get caught up. Get into it.
No, but you know what though? I think
right.
too though. I can't remember who I heard say this, but that was like, you have coaches where you got like women who got handles. You know what I'm saying? Who got moves, and the coaches do not allow them to express themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like to play.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to kind of let them play. But the other part of that too, and we've said this before, the reason why and this is my thoughts, we've said this before, but I feel like the reason why the women's game is not as popular is because, number one, women as a whole do not support it the way, because it's a women's league. So obviously, y'all got daughters, y'all got sisters, y'all got nieces. Like, what are y'all doing? But then the second thing is a vast majority. I'm not gonna say a vast majority, but a good number of women who play in the WNBA, college basketball, identify as LGBTQ.
That was what I was gonna say.
And so
like,
they should
that community,
nothing else,
right? That community should definitely be on it.
Woman or man, if you identify in the LGBTQ plus community, you should be supporting that.
At least 60% of that is the WNBA.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all will support a carnival or a festival or something where y'all can let people know that y'all, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
But you got a whole league where a majority or a lot of the players identify as that. Where's your money at? You know what I'm saying? And that's not like I like boxing. I'm a boxing fan. I don't want to see two girls. That's just me. I don't want to see two girls fight. That's just me. Not with no boxing gloves on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we at the club or something. They wear like. I'm just being real. I don't want to see two girls on some $1 Million Baby, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield. Like, I'm straight on that.
So you didn't watch Layla Ali fight?
Sometimes.
But I agree with you. I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested.
I love boxing. Like, Bernard Hopkins, man, Floyd Mayweather, man. I watched the highlights of the Hagler Hearns and, man, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield.
What's her name? Ronda
Rousey, but she was UFC. So, but even then, like,
that was different. That was, yeah.
It's kind of odd, like, when I'm watching you, and that's just me, and that's not anything against, like, those people are competitors.
You're sexist.
They're gladiators. Yes, I am. You're sexist. And I'm fine with that. And I got daughters. I'm cool with that. It is what it is. My daughters know what it is.
Yeah. I'm with you,
know what I'm saying? But now, again, if my daughters were doing that, I would support them, even though I wouldn't like it.
Right.
And why does that make me a criminal? Because I say I don't want you to see you getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if that's what you want to do, I'm still going to support you. But my thing is like for the people who are whining about us not supporting it, you got people in your community that don't support it at all.
Yep. So it's on them.
Yeah.
It's on them. It don't have anything to do with that. Now, the last thing before we get into a couple of these quickies real quick, Kyrie Irving.
That's a quickie.
Is that a quick?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a quick? No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
That's a quickie. So, no, I got one.
Ain't no quickie.
I got one. That's a quickie.
Ain't no quickie.
So,
we going to talk about it. Go ahead.
So, Michael Dean, he was shot in the face with his hands up by a Texas officer named Carmen DeCruz, and he was unarmed and complying during a traffic stop. And Officer DeCruz claimed that his gun accidentally fired. And so this happened in Bell County, Texas, which is known as a sundown town. And so for those of y'all who don't know, a sundown town is basically like at sundown, if you're a nigga, you need to be in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
And so now this just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like this was not something that happened like months ago. This was actually after Tyre Nichols. And so Michael Dean, oh shoot. And so this is that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Michael Dean, he was a father. And he was shot by Officer Carmen DeCruz. And he was complying. He had his hands up. He was shot in the face. And so again, this is not just Memphis. But this is another thing of where you see is still after George Floyd, after Philando Castile, after Tyre Nichols, after Breonna Taylor, after Ahmaud Arbery. We can keep going. We've had all of these people. We've talked about all these people on here, and it's still sundown towns.
Yeah,
it's still, and for those of you all, and I talked about this with one of my coworkers at work, because we were talking about something. I said, man, the sad thing is, I said, you don't understand. My reality is that I come to work in Mumford. I've had police officers whip around as I'm pulling up into the post office. And when they see me pulling up at the post office, then they turn and go the other way. But they about to jack me because who is this nigga driving around in Mumford? And then, he work at the post office. I probably delivered their mail. But you about to pull me up. Like, so that still exists. Mm-hmm. And so for those of y'all who say, oh man, y'all on this racism tip, like, black people can't be racist. JB, do you own anything that you can keep? Can you keep white people out the hood? When we just talking about that with Steph Curry, then we can't keep white people out anywhere.
Anywhere.
And so we still deal with that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to throw that. I know we finna get into these quickies, but I wanted to throw that. That was one I had up. I wanted to throw in before we got into the quickies.
Right, we can get into a quickie, but this Kyrie thing ain't be that quick.
Hit
So
with the Wick Rules.
Hit him with the quickies. Wicked rules.
Let us show these ladies what a real man looks like.
Yes. Well, I saw one of your friends kind of posted you try to act like you was a
you gonna post that?
Chippendale.
Rag. I was gonna ask you, don't post it.
Rag was out there live.
Don't put that clip up. I sure got that in there
with the Chippendale. But let's go ahead and get into this quickie real quick. Now,
don't put that. Don't. Is that gonna be the new? That's gonna be the new quickie shot. That's gonna be the new quickie shot.
Now,
y'all follow me on Facebook. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Let's get into this Kyrie. Kyrie asked for a trade from the Nets, and so I made a comment on Facebook, and a lot of people. Well, some people, Pat and a couple others, Corey, Todd, and my other cousin.
He gave you a hard time for
that.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Pat Butler.
Right.
He gave you a hard time for that.
Right, because he's like, I said...
You've been supporting him, JB.
And I'm still supporting him, but what I was saying, I was like, okay, you can't trust him, I get it. Basically saying, that's what y'all gonna say, I get it, but have you thought about this? Now, really, like, from what we talked about on here, we had Veli on here talking about this stuff. Can you really blame Kyrie for feeling the way he does about playing for that organization? They mended, whatever needed to be done. I guess he did all the stuff that he needed to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the Nets owner coming out as being as adamant as he was about Kyrie and talking to a Jewish rabbi and doing all this other stuff. Did he really want to play long term there? Do I blame Kyrie for not wanting to play long term for a team and an owner that really, you know what I'm saying?
On the table.
Literally.
No Vaseline.
Get
this work.
You know what I'm saying? So this was really his only play. Like if he could have just did nothing and then but he at least gave him an option of trade me so you can get something. You know what I mean?
Where you want to see Kyrie go?
Not to one of my teams. But
he can stay
I don't want
the Bulls.
I don't want him to go to Grizzlies.
He can stay off the Grizzlies. I don't know.
I saw a couple trades they put out there on ESPN. I can see him going to the Lakers or the Clippers. They had a nice deal with him going to the Clippers, giving up Tyrese Mann. Oh no, that might have been that's my phone. Oop. Yeah, but yeah.
It's like, what?
I'm like, who is that? We got a white woman talking in the background. But
y'all welcome white ladies to the ThePrezEx TV.
But yeah, the Lakers are the Clippers, so I think that's probably where he may end up. But if the Nets are petty, which I might be if I'm an owner, okay, you don't want to be here, fine. I'll send you to
Orlando,
Minnesota. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. But I just thought that was real interesting because, like I said, a couple people got on me on that because I still got Kyrie's back. Now, when people say they can't trust him, okay, I get it, whatever. I don't necessarily feel that way. I just think he's at a point now to where he has probably a little bit more leverage, and he wants to use it. You know what I'm saying? And so You know what they say? Closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to trade, let it be known. You got the leverage.
I hope Kyrie's career does not end until he wants it to end. But I mean, I don't really care what Kyrie got going on, man.
For sure. But I'm a smash on that. I smash on that.
Yeah, you know me. I'm gonna pass on it. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I feel like Kyrie is phenomenal. I feel like he's amazing.
Yeah. Just don't come to the Grizzlies.
I feel like it's too much. It's always something outside of basketball.
That's fair.
You know. So
that's fair.
But at the same time, I don't feel like I feel like Brooklyn screwed them over when they buck broke them, which is what they did.
Oh, they definitely buck broke them. They definitely buck broke them. But yeah. what else you got, man?
Man, your boy TB12 is retiring again.
I think it's for good this time. I think it's for good. I think he's going to get on the mission, go back and get his wife.
So this is what I heard. I heard that so he went back to football so she could leave him. So then when he retires, now he back for the streets again. I've heard that they're replacing the Bachelor, and he's the new Bachelor.
Well, I can see that. Look,
I'm sorry, TB12.
You laughing, but look, that's probably gonna be it.
Yeah.
But guess who retired him though? What team retired TB12?
The Bucks.
Huh?
The Bucks.
Oh, we retired them. Cowboy, we smashed
them.
Yeah,
y'all whooped that ass.
We, you know what I'm saying? So we gave, we finally beat them.
Yeah.
And we retired the GOAT. You know what I mean? So, what else we got with this quickie, man? I think we ain't got too many quickies.
Oh, yeah, your boy, Dr. Phil, he is ending his show after 21 years.
I didn't know his show was still going on.
Yeah, I mean, the most
like live show.
The thing of his show is, and y'all know she's become an artist and an influencer, bad baby, but she's known for that. Catch Me Outside, how about that? That's the most memorable thing from his show.
Is that the white girl?
Yeah. Catch Me Outside, how about that? That's the most memorable. Out of 21 years, the most memorable thing on his show is Catch Me Outside.
Was he still making live shows like the last couple of years?
Yes,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So his show is coming to an end. So salute to you, Dr. Phil, who shows that nepotism is real. And all you got to do is know somebody and you can get on. So Oprah. That's my boys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's real.
Because they really don't want to catch us outside, but
they can catch though. What else we got? I think we got one more. I think I don't have.
It was something else that I had, not beside the TB12 and the Dr. Phil.
It wasn't an RIP anybody, was it?
No, nobody's passed recently. Stop that, Brown. Come on now, you're better than that.
Crowd is over there.
Oh, so check this out. So
they said
this is a women's thing. So women, y'all can comment. I saw this on the. I can't remember who this was, but they was like, women are using man juice to make their hair grow.
Man juice?
Man juice.
You mean semen?
Yeah. But that's a weird thing because I saw Glorilla had a thing and she was talking about the weirdest thing she ever put on her food. She put
I saw that.
I saw that. What is y'all obsession with skeet?
Glorilla is a freak though. When I heard that,
she
was on the Angela Yee show, whatever it's called.
Nigga.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah. Nigga, she said she had she put dude stuff on.
I instantly gotta wipe off. I don't even like my own skeet. Y'all women obsessed with nigga. Y'all gotta chill out.
She sounded like a Fraser cat when she said that though. But
on the French fries, nigga.
On the French fries.
And putting it to make your hair grow. Yeah. That's
wild.
Weird. Yeah. What about your boy fighting the Grizzlies fight with Cleveland?
Oh yeah. Shout out to Dylan Brooks, man. He about to be traded. So maybe by the time this comes out,
stop it.
He gone, bro.
He already traded?
No, but I said he will
stop
be.
It.
He gone, dog. He gone.
Green and grind. I
mean, I like him, but he gone though.
I don't think so.
He gone. I think he gone. I just think he But back to the fight. Donovan Mitchell tore into him. Did you see it? With one arm, just
yeah.
Randy Savage, Macho Man, real you know what I mean? I like Dilla. He's like a light skinned killer. Like, you know, he's light skinned, but
he's Kareem Akbar. He's a pretty brother that worked for the bank. Y'all ain't seen New Jack City, slap yourself.
I think he gone though, man.
I don't think so.
I think he gone. But yeah, that's all the quickies I got. Crown Vic, you ain't got nothing. Everything good with you, man. You everything good?
Man, y'all better tune in because the next coming episodes we got guests, and more guests.
Yeah.
All types of fields and just conversation. Y'all know what we do. Season 3. Y'all know how it be. We over 35K.
Over 37K, actually. Going to 38.
37K?
Over 37K. Over 37.
Shout out to my guy Crown Vic, who be making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Barrel Boys, because he be shooting them. Why he don't be here sometimes.
They them boys can rap, though. Them boys can rap, though.
He be missing out.
Them boys can rap, though.
You know what I'm saying? But but like, for real, though, man, and shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to the comments, the shares, the subscribers, the likes.
Right. Now, also, I'm going to say this at the end. I appreciate all the DMs or personal calls or texts, but put them on the video. Comment. I got people hit me up, be like, hey, like what y'all doing, da-da-da-da. You know, keep going. Put that under the video. That actually, that does twofold. You actually encourage us because we'll see it, but then two, it'll also help the algorithm out to where, okay, now other people will get, you know what I'm saying, hip to it as well. So I'm not saying stop personally reaching out and doing stuff like that, but put them under the comments as well so others can be, you know what I'm saying, notified. And so, like I said, share to be aware. You know what I mean?
You know what, man? Some of y'all be coming to JB, like, and he ain't gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. I think y'all full of shit. Because, like, you call this man or group text him or chat him or whatever, and you ain't shared nan video, you ain't like nan video, but you want to be on here. And you know what?
Speak it.
I mess with you the long way. I have you on here. Yeah. I want to be mutually beneficial. Yeah. We can have you on here. But like, to quote the Bill Withers song, keep using me until you use me up. Yeah. And he had a line in there where it said, because guess what? I'm using you for them things you do. Like, let's not get it twisted. It's supposed to be a mutual thing.
For sure.
But don't think that you're just going to boost your platform. You haven't liked the video. You haven't shared. You're not subscribed. Because guess what? When y'all post something,
right,
we share y'all too.
A like is free, man. A like in the comment.
You know what I'm saying, man?
A like is free.
But how about this? How about Young Billy always repost and share our stuff?
That's my guy. That's our guy.
How about Queen Jasira, who was only on here one time, constantly resharing our stuff?
Yeah.
How about
Malik,
Kendra, who was on here?
Malik
ain't been on here.
Not yet.
And constantly sharing our stuff. How about Reg, he made a joke about he been campaigning, but he was always watching.
Yeah.
He was always liking.
Yeah.
It's just simple stuff. Holler that we had her on here, but DJ Ace 20 was watching the video when she called me to say, y'all a trip. But some of y'all want to be on here.
DJ Black
liked.
DJ Black has shared and did other stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Hit me up.
Yep.
We got people who have been on here, you know what I'm saying, reposted Unapologetic Memphis before he got on here.
Right.
Was sharing our videos.
Right.
And some of y'all, man, y'all ain't got me on here. Man, we've been doing this the third season.
Right. And so it's about, we want to have other,
like,
we want to have.
We started this in 2020, nigga.
Right.
It's 2023. Yeah. We're on season 3.
Yeah.
And they still talking about, like, come on.
Right.
But you say you mess with Crown. You say you mess with JB. You say you mess with me. And we got people who ain't even been on here yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Todd King, before he was on here, was sharing our stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying, y'all, and I'm not saying it's a prerequisite, but if you mess with us, if you fool with us, fool with us.
That's all it is. That's all it is, y'all. Until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci.
Bow.